Yes. Why does he think he's getting paid?
It's so annoying. Definitely nothing.
Let's do it.
All right, here we go. Yo, it is another edition of the IOPS podcast. I thought that was like a workman-like a
workman-like road trip.
Exactly. 4-2. Sure. Nice job. I'll take it. They started 5-10 last year. They're 6-6. Improvement, Jack. This is the Phillies' example of a hot start.
It really is. Well, they're so bad at starting hot. Like it's not even this team. It's like every iteration of them. Like it was their first winning road trip to start a year since 2011.
2011. Think about that.
I was doing I was looking up the 07 Phils.
Oh, buddy.
They started the year 3-10.
There you go.
Could you imagine? Like today with Rollins doing the whole like team to beat thing, and then they come out and they start 3-10.
Oh, what a good point.
It was combusting. The city would not be able to handle it. I don't know. But yes, it's like they're so talkable and annoying, but it's also like, are we being too nitpicky?
Well, we're doing the exact same thing every year. It's like we don't learn. And yeah. I think part of it is that a lot of the issues we're seeing early on, again, they're 6-6. Like, it's not like the Marlins or 111 or whatever they are. Like,
don't worry though, they're gonna have a losing record against the Marlins.
Of course they will. The Marlins,
no doubt about it.
All the Marlins need to get right is to play the Phillies. I think the issue is like it's a lot of similar things on the offensive side. It's seeing Castellanos swinging at outside sliders over and over again. It's seeing kind of the same issues that we saw in 6 and 7. Come back, and it's like, guys. And then on top of it, I think it's the combination of that combined with all the rhetoric out of spring training being like, we're starting hot, guys. It matters. We know how important it is. We're going to get on it. Like, so I think
they have. Oh, my God. They have. What are you talking about?
You're right.
It's a winning road trip. It's a winning road trip. Everything's like just deep breath. No, it's annoying.
It's annoying. It's not large sweeping conclusions about the team, but it's freaking annoying.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and the shame of it is that I think that through 2 weeks, you feel like this is a World Series caliber staff.
They've been great, other than the first 2 games. Really, Nola. Other than Nola in his first start.
And like Strom and Alvarado in game 1.
Yeah, and the bullpen in the first 2 games.
And Connor Brogdon's existence.
He's not part of this staff, Jack.
By the way, got shelled.
2 home runs. Yeah. I'm shocked the Dodgers just threw him in there. I know. It's like, didn't you get him to like fix him? You're just going to throw him right in there?
Yeah. Dumb team, Dodgers.
The pitching's been
falling
great.
apart.
Pitching's been great. Like, the pitching has been as good as you could ask. I mean, Spencer Turnbull hasn't given him a run yet.
Listen. Someone tried to tell the whole entire fan base about Spencer Turnbull. People made fun of me. Oh, you're so excited about Spencer Turnbull. You're watching him over like some stupid like big game for one of these teams. Yeah, I am. Oh, Super Bowl. They signed him on Super Bowl Sunday.
That's what it was.
Yeah. Dude, Turnbull's far more interesting.
It's like the Chiefs are driving to win in overtime, and Jack's like, but these Turnbull highlights,
97 with Sink.
He's back.
It matters. But yeah, the pitching gives you so much hope. They really do.
It does.
Hoffman didn't have a great first closing experience, even though he got a little squeezed too.
He did.
He got a little squeezed, but and people are like freaking out about Sir Anthony. It hasn't been great. I think of all
the guys we count on, because and Pinto is nice, but Kirkering will take his spot.
Pinto is the perfect mop-up guy.
Yeah, he's perfect. But like of all the guys in the bullpen, I think we feel really good about everyone. I think Sir Anthony's really the only one where you're like a little concerned.
Yeah, well, I think it comes down to Sir Anthony. You just don't really know what you're going to get. It comes down to, do you trust him? And I think we are not in a period where we trust Sir Anthony. I think we trust Hoffman. I think we trust Alvarado. I think we trust Strom.
We trust Soto.
Strom, once again, just continues to be be the most underrated player.
Goes out and gets out.
He's just good.
I know.
He's just good, and that's how I feel about a lot of these guys in the bullpen.
Soto too. Soto's good.
Soto's been really good. And
I'm really impressed with Soto. He looks good.
And I was worried in spring because the freaking fastball is getting lit up again, and it's like, dude, you throw 100.
Yeah.
Like, how is this? How are
with a funky, weird lefty delivery? Like, it should be really hard to hit.
And the whole thing is, and I was worried because you look at which is more funny / concerning of two former Tigers. Is it Spencer Turnbull having a 17-loss season, which feels impossible?
So, like especially these days, like
17
how
loss
do you lose
season.
17 games? Like people don't even win 17 games. Like it's really hard to
I
get
know.
17 full decisions on one side or the other.
Or the closer of the Tigers, Gregory Soto, having 14 losses,
Oh,
I believe.
absolutely, it's that one.
Really? Dude,
14 losses for a closer? Are you crazy?
Dude, 17
It's
losses?
almost 17. He's 3 short and he's the closer. That's wild. He had 14 losses?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, it was awesome.
That is unbelievable.
Yeah. Oh, I just want to double check.
He had 11.
11? Still.
All right.
Still.
It's still, I think it's
That's a
still,
lot
I
of
think it's still
losses.
the 11 losses. I mean,
3.2 ERA.
Yeah.
well, that is
And 30
and
saves.
30 saves. I knew he had 30 saves.
And an all-star. Like I would love if someone could go back and study Gregory Soto's 2021 season. I would
That's a roller coaster ride.
2022. 2-11, 3.280 ERA, 30 saves, all star.
That doesn't make any sense.
How does that happen in 64 games? That's impressive.
Well, 60,
man.
yeah, that's a lot. That's good.
And 60 strikeouts in 60 innings. But
that is a. I was about to say a bad word. I was about to say bat something.
Yeah.
That is a bat something line.
yeah, do we have to look up Spencer Turnbull's
Might as well. At this point.
17 loss season?
Yeah. What else we gotta do?
Yeah, there's a lot. Dude, there's a lot to get to, man. There's a lot to get to. Yeah. So, yeah, in 2019, he went 3-17. That's taking down some innings, though, man. That's 30 starts, 150 innings.
Yeah.
Not bad.
What was the ERA?
His ERA was 4.6.
Wow.
4.6.
That's not good.
3-17, and is not allowed a run for the 2024 Phils.
It's been the Cy Young winners.
Hashtag. You know we're a big hashtag podcast.
Oh, we always have been.
And a big movement podcast.
Yes, we are. Now that's true. Hashtag it.
Yeah.
Here and there.
Hashtag. Take your time, Taiwan. Pretty good. Hashtag take your time, Taiwan. Very good.
Take as long
It's
as you
like,
need.
hey, it's like when a caller calls in, like, love the show. You know, like, appreciate everything you do. You're the greatest. Take as much time.
Yeah, keep
as you
doing
need.
it. You know, you have more to say? Yeah,
Take
elaborate.
Take as much time as you need. I guess he's rehabbing in Clearwater tonight. Dude, like even in the simulated game he threw against the Nationals, he's throwing or against the Phillies in Washington. He's hit 90 on the gun, and Rob Thompson's like, yeah, well, hopefully adrenaline will kick in. And it's like, whoa, we're banking on adrenaline.
Oh, good.
He's got 90.
That's great. Yeah.
Like it sucks for him, and people are mad at Taiwan, and I get it. His arm just might be cooked.
And
Like, it
for
just
what it's
might be
worth,
cooked.
I mean, he is someone who had one really good year. Year before he signed. Like he's never been someone
First off,
who's
a good half of
a
it.
good half a season. Like, and also someone who the large portion of his early career was marred by all kinds of injuries and issues and stuff like that. So, I like if you had picked someone who's going to age well, I mean, you wouldn't bet on Taiwan Walker.
Yep.
I mean, hence the contract itself, maybe not the best one.
I'm just letting you know, though.
You don't like it when he signed it. Back to the moment, you were not psyched
No.
about the contract.
No,
It was one of those like I guess I'll talk myself into it.
Yeah.
situations.
I don't love having to do the talk myself.
No,
into it. That
no.
wouldn't be-
And this one felt like in the moment one of those like you could have to work really hard.
Well, because it was like it felt such an overpay.
Yeah.
It felt like
For a guy
such
who
an
again
overpay.
who was coming off like a half a season that was good.
Right, but I'm just letting everyone know that he's probably gonna come back and be good. Like for the amount, like,
What a thing.
well, because like everyone's just dumping on him, and like we're doing like take your time, Taiwan. Like Spencer Turnbull's the GOAT, and he's probably gonna come back and be fine. And
Fine. I think he'll come back and be fine.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Is there ERA is gonna be in
All
the
right,
threes?
let me ask you a question now.
Yeah.
All right, because there's a lot of money there and all that. Let's say Sanchez pitches well.
Okay.
Let's say Turnbull, I mean, he's not going to not give up any runs, but let's say Turnbull keeps dealing. Like, let's say he's got a 2.5 ERA or something, like whatever it is in a month, whatever Taiwan's ready.
The
Let's say
victory
he's
lap.
ready in a month, and Turnbull's got a 2.5 ERA, close to a strikeout per inning, no walks. Like, it's been really good.
Mhm.
What do they do?
That's a tough question because I don't think they want to do 6-man because Wheeler hates it.
Yeah,
And so we were pro 6-man.
we were big on it.
And then you watch it.
It didn't work.
It didn't work.
No,
And
I do think that we've talked about habit. Every 5 days matters for some of these.
it's
guys.
not even that though. It killed the bullpen. I mean, the bullpen got just depleted during that time. Now they have enough arms to where they could do it, but like,
And as long as your starters pitch well, no matter how many you have, it should save the bullpen. It all comes down to guys giving you innings.
in practicality, it worked fine. but it just in watching it, it was like it was jarring how much it felt like it was just draining the bullpen, and it took them a little bit to kind of once they went back to 5-man to get back to like bang, here's this bullpen that was really good for a good stretch. So I don't think they want to go 6-man. I don't know. It would be so unprecedented with 3 years, $54 million left to like just cut ties.
Yeah,
and
I just don't see him doing it.
I don't think they're.
I don't think there's any way. I mean, it's such an admission of failure for Dave, for John, for the whole thing. It's like, wow, we failed on this one.
Now the only counter is they did this in 22 with Didi, Odubel, and
those
Familia.
Guys
were
not owed money.
I know.
Yeah, they were gone at the end of the year. Yeah.
I know. So I don't know. I don't think like if Turnbull's back to like 3.5.
Yeah, no, that's why I went like he's got to be elite. Like he's got to be really, really, really good for this to be a discussion. If he's just good, they'll go back to Taiwan. Like Taiwan, they are going to go back to Taiwan. They want to go back to Taiwan. That's what I'm trying to say.
The interesting part, which kind of it's good, but it would be like if they needed a lefty in the bullpen, like they could just put Ranger back in the bullpen. But you're obviously not doing that because they have like 3 pretty locked down lefties.
And also Ranger's been great.
I know Ranger's been great. I don't want to take him out of the rotation.
Consider that anyway. Yes, I think he's past that
I agree.
threshold in his career.
I agree. I mean, I don't know what they're gonna do.
Yeah.
I guess it's a good problem to have. You can
absolutely, it's a good problem to have. I mean, look, we need these guys to stay healthy. I mean, you know what pitching is. I mean, guys fall, like guys get hurt, and look, and who knows? Maybe Sanchez. I think Sanchez is gonna be fine, but like you never know. There's so many different little things that could happen. But if Turnbull pitches well, it sets up for an interesting situation, especially for the players on the team, too. I mean, it's one of those things where I get it. Like, you owe this guy money, and organizationally speaking, you don't want to just punt on that. But if the guys on the team are out there and they're going out with Spence, and Spence is crushing for him, and you're winning games, like, and you got Taiwan, Mr. Complainer guy who came back not ready to roll, like, all this stuff, like, I don't know. We talked a lot. What it kind of reminds me of is, remember in 2021 when we would talk about, the 2020 or 2021 the worst bullpen ever? 2021, right?
2020.
2020, okay. And either way, leading into 2020, we talked so much about, and you would mention with Bryce a lot, like how like these guys would run on the bullpen. You'd have a lead, and you could like it deflates the rest of the team. Remember that? Like,
I think that's where it feels like a loss.
Such a great point. Yes, I thought it was such a great point that it's like, yeah, if you're those guys, you're like, crap, like we're gonna lose now. It's deflating. Like,
well, they have to work extra hard on Taiwan days.
That's my point, though. Is there something with that where, especially if Spencer Turnbull's winning games, like where you're on the team, you're like, that guy shouldn't go down for the other guy.
Yeah, and I don't think they will. I think they're very in line with
what the clubhouse feels.
Yeah, and with guys that have earned spots. I think they're very earned spots, except for kind of the center fielder. But.
I mean, to their credit, they did it. Yeah, yeah. To your credit, though, they did it last year in the playoffs. They gave Chris Sanchez a start in the playoffs. They did not give Taiwan Walker.
They should have let him go a little bit longer.
They should have.
Yeah.
They
went to Kirkring.
Exactly.
2 times.
So point being that they have shown, like, hey, you know what? We will, for the betterment of the team, shirk the money thing.
Well, dude, they cut Didi.
Yes, I know.
Bryson Stott, a rookie, in a chance to in a playoff run.
Yeah. So they will do that stuff, but none of these situations have come up with, like you said, 3 years, $54 million left, because that's serious stuff. Yeah.
Now, the one caveat is, and it's going to be a really tough decision for them because, like, how much are they going to buy in? Because he could be. I mean, Taiwan could be back in 3 starts. So he's going to do 3 rehab starts.
Yeah. Well,
and then
it could be a couple weeks.
Like they have to like know Spencer Turnbull is something. I think it's easy. It would be easier around the deadline. Because that way you could theoretically like package a prospect with Taiwan to get off it.
You throw Taiwan into a deal where you're trading a high level prospect or someone. You're like, here, you got to take Taiwan.
You want an innings eater?
Yeah, you got to take Taiwan.
It won't be great.
Well, look, at that point, like a bad team might consider. I mean,
to get a better prospect.
That's the point.
But
yeah.
it has to almost be a big market team. Like the
Nets
last
afford to
year.
carry him, because it's not like you're just like a expiring contract to use NBA terms.
Like the A's won't take him.
The A's will not take
the Sacramento A's won't take him.
He would be more than what he has left on his contract is more than they're paying their entire team this year. So
now
he would so Taiwan. So their operating budget this year is $35 million.
Oh, nice.
So if they added Taiwan, he would cost for half their budget. Essentially.
Everything's fine.
50% more at your budget just for this time. Oh,
it is interesting though, because I was thinking about this as the season was opening. There's really only like 4 teams not quote unquote competitive, which is
In the NL, you're talking
No,
about?
in all of
baseball. Okay, hold on.
Dude, the
So,
Rockies, White Sox,
yeah.
A's, and there's like one more.
So the Royals were expected to not be competitive, but
their
their
starting
pitching's
staff's
been
won
amazing.
8, and they spent money this.
Yeah,
They spent on Lugo.
I mean, the Cardinals, I don't think will end
But
up
they
being
tried.
bad. No, but they're 5-8 or 6-8 or something. They're not horrible, or 6-7, whatever they are. Yeah, I mean
Detroit
the Pirates have
tried.
been really good so far.
The Pirates
tried.
the Pirates are putting together a little something.
Yeah,
Like there's a Washington.
Right. There we go.
So
and the Marlins. The Marlins actually, I think you could put in there too because they did not try. I mean, Kim Ng stepped down because she was like, I'm not dealing with what you guys are doing. You know?
Okay, so 5. If you want to put them in there, that's fine.
Yeah.
But still, like the fact that
that's a really good point by you.
It's pretty good for the sport that there's only five teams not really trying.
I
Meanwhile,
agree
the
with
NBA feels like a lot of teams aren't really trying.
Totally.
NFL feels like it's increasing by the year with teams not really trying.
It's a great point.
It's not bad. It's not bad for the sport that at least it feels like now there's still cheap teams. Now there's not cheap teams like Cleveland, but like they'll at least be in it and like develop
Cleveland,
players
I mean, it's just smartly run, and they're always going to kind of be close or be in it.
Mm-hmm.
It's more like the Pirates, where super cheaply run
players.
But that's
coming.
the point. But that's the point is that they've made the playoffs in the last was it 2013, 2014, whatever it was back then. Like that's the point is they will try when they get the players they just won't spend a lot of money.
Mm-mm.
But you're right, yeah. I mean, it's one of those things where it could make for a really interesting season,
Sure.
especially with the
Extra playoff team.
and also the way the schedule is now, where everyone faces everyone. Like you don't really get the advantage of pounding down on the bad teams. Like it could make a more even playing field across.
Yeah, totally.
Good for the sport.
Good for the sport. Good for the sport.
All right, let's dive into some specifics from the trip. Let's start with the bats because we just talked a lot about Turnbull and Taiwan and all that. But I think all the consternation that we've heard, all the calls we've taken on WIP are all related to the bats right now and the struggles offensively. Where you at offensively? Obviously, I think Castellanos and Rojas have kind of been the most on the. But even then,
Stott should be in there too.
Stott should be too. And he got dropped in the batting lineup yesterday, and I think it was rightfully so. He did smoke that one ball deep to center field. The guy actually caught that one. Want to talk about tough days? I mean,
come on, Vic.
Jack, do you ever remember someone going like I feel like I've never seen. I was watching with Emily, and I'm like, I don't think I've ever seen that. I made her watch the replay. I'm like, look what he did. I don't think I've ever seen that in my life.
No, it's crazy. It's something you're taught at like 9.
I mean, the moment you start playing,
yeah.
it's like
one of the first things. You can't turn right.
Turn to the right.
Turn left.
Yeah, turn to the right, not the left.
Yeah,
exactly. But the offense, the stock, Castellanos, Rojas, where you at with all of it right now?
Well, I don't know. It was interesting because Gelb wrote the whole article yesterday about how they're stuck in between trying to fix their chase and not getting their A swings off, which I think is interesting. And it does kind of make sense.
Yeah,
because they have reduced their chase rate, which I think we all want.
So this could be some of the reason we're seeing ton of singles and not as much power.
Boring.
Where's all the small ball people at now?
Well, it's just whatever. But my optimistic viewpoint, if I'm looking at where the offense is it's actually twofold. One, the pitching staff's been so good that I trust that going forward, and I can't believe the offense is going to be this hit or miss the entire year.
They'll hit. It's a question of whether they're going to go through stretches like this often. I think.
But they're also it's not the same as football. But they're implementing a new system.
I mean, this is good. I like it.
They are.
Takes time to learn it.
Takes time to learn the system.
Get the ins and outs.
You're trying to
comfortable with it.
They're trying to rewire.
They're human beings, Jack. They're not robots.
They're trying to rewire some of these guys' brains into not chasing as much.
Which is honestly, I know, like joking around and all that, but like that is hard to do, man. I mean, you're playing baseball your whole life.
Castellanos is 32. He's hit the same way since he was 5.
And these guys are throwing so hard, and the ball
With
is
so
breaking exactly so far. Like, yeah, like it's hard to hit a baseball, man.
It's a big take.
It's really hard to change. That's why the JT thing impressed me so much. That like if you leg kick like that your whole life, that's the way you do it, to be able to kind of change your mechanics and have so much success so quickly, which I thought was important for him. Obviously, it's hard. I get it. I do agree with that. I'm joking around, but I do get what you're saying. It's not easy to change what you do in that.
And I'm not trying to make excuses for it because it has been infuriating, and like 13 strikeouts yesterday, and Lance Lynn only getting one hit off him is like
I think it's like 16 straight singles.
16 straight singles.
Come on.
I'm gonna take this pen and jam it in my eye.
16 straight singles.
It's awful. I hate singles.
I know.
I like walks more than singles.
I enjoy watching Kyle Schwarber at singles. No one else.
Yeah, anti-singles.
Just because.
What about a Trey Turner infield hit? How do you feel about those?
It's okay. That's fine. Johan, that's the only way he's gonna get it.
We take that. We take that. Bunts and infield hits for Johan.
If you could learn to bunt, that'd be pretty cool.
He looks a little bunterish.
A little better.
Little bunterish at the plate.
You should be an expert bunter.
I would think that would be a good idea.
Yeah, he's like the most Willie Mays Hayes player we've had.
But he's so good at it.
It's unbelievable, especially when you watch a game like. And granted, that was a particularly bad performance by Scott or whatever.
Yes,
Victor Scott. But like when you watch stuff like that, even when you watch Marsh, like the like tracking balls, and so who's a good and Fransky was talking about this yesterday, where it's like Marsh is a really good center fielder, like he's a solid, good center fielder. Like it's just different when you're watching Rojas and the way he just gets to things and the ease with which he gets it.
It's even Pache's kind of the way he plays center field.
He's like herky jerky.
He's kind of like Bambi.
Yeah,
it's like
he just
running
runs
out there.
Yeah, whereas Johan, it's like calculated.
Glides.
Yeah, he glides, and it's also like he knows where the ball's going to be. Like he has an unbelievable feel off the bat of the first step. They were talking about that. Like his first step is like perfect.
Please just hit.
I know, dude.
Well, he was
freaking 20.
He was good. He was good in the Cardinals series.
It was his bet. Look, that 3-hit game. Got the little squibber yesterday. The infield thing.
Hit a
too.
ball the opposite way.
Hit a ball the opposite way. Had an RBI.
Yeah.
So no. I think I felt. And granted, I had a hit yesterday, but I am much more concerned. Not much more concerned, but I'm more concerned about the Castellanos offensive thing than I am about the Rojas.
Well, it just matters more.
Yeah, he's just way more important offensively.
You're paying Castellanos serious money to be an impact bat, and he's probably the one that's most affected by the chase thing that they're implementing because
he's the biggest chaser.
Because he's a huge chaser. He's a huge chaser, and I feel like he's such a field guy. I do appreciate, they said yesterday on the broadcast he's on the field 45 to 50 minutes. Yeah. Like he's trying to work his way through it, which is good. We appreciate that kind of stuff, and I just hope that I think it'll all start clicking. And I
do think the hit yesterday helps, like getting some confidence, getting that type of matters.
Yeah. As the excuse tour here continues for the offense. Let me get this one out there. Good. Let me get this one right out there.
Yeah, that's good.
It's awful weather.
Well, to be fair,
who wants to
every single game? I feel like every single game they've played.
Yesterday was
trash.
Yesterday might as well have been 75 and Sunday.
Horrible. I know.
The
game I went to where we waited until 8:00 at night to play a baseball game. The schedule 1:00. It was still horrible. I do feel, to your point, and granted, I feel like it happens more and more in the recent years, but I feel like it's been bad weather in the Northeast to start the season.
It has been,
and in St. Louis,
to the point where people even want to, they want to move games to only Florida, Texas, California.
I've said that. Honestly, I don't think it's the worst idea. I hate the idea of it. I don't know. Don't know Elliott Shore Park's dome talk going on here. Look, I'm fine with that. I mean, it's annoying when you lose early season games. It's annoying. Like, especially baseball's back. Like, I want it every day. Mm-hmm. All right. I want my team to play every day. I want to watch them. And it's like, oh, guess what? I had my whole plan for tonight. It's done because it's raining. Because it sucks. It does suck. But
so a couple things with the offense. Horrible weather, which is not fun to hit
good
in.
Excuse.
Hands hurt when you get jammed.
We're gonna get Darren Nola and the weather and how much of a factor that was as well.
He was fine.
He was. No, he battled, but the ball wasn't moving too quick for him.
It wasn't. It was not. And I just think that I hope that a month from now we look up and these guys are
raking.
They're not chasing as much and they're looking to do damage within the strike zone. So I'm willing to give them a little bit of a time. Spring training. No, I know, and then spring training doesn't matter. They weren't hitting in spring training.
They were bad in spring training.
Yes. And they won a series that Bryce didn't get a hit.
It's true. Yeah, and Schwarber only got one, right? That one at the end,
the
little single.
He also just missed a couple. Like he
did, the one, and a couple he was just underneath. Yeah,
yes.
you could see at. Yeah, I'm with you. I felt like he had a real shot at a couple ones, and the one went pretty deep.
It's not June yet.
No,
it is funny how fast he's back under.
I know. It's like me. Start season. Oh, look at Kyle. Yeah,
285.
You know how quick Trey Turner is, right around 300.
I know.
294.
A lot of with two extra base hits.
Yeah, I was just about to say he's got a 319 slugging percentage. So I'm going to say that's probably not good enough. But he's got 358 OBP, 319 slugging. You don't see that too often.
I felt like in looking at the both lineups yesterday, I had never seen more lower slugging percentages than OBP.
Right?
Than yesterday's both teams.
Yeah.
So maybe it could be a whole sport wide epidemic right now.
It could be. Yeah. Who'd have thunk when we heard like a month before the season, oh, Brandon Marsh is getting knee surgery or a scope or whatever. No big deal. He'll be fine. I'm sitting there. I'm like, this guy's not starting the season. He's definitely going to miss the first 3 weeks. He's not going to be the same. Who'd have thunk? By far their best player through the first 12 games. Like, not even close. Where would they be without Marsh? He's been awesome.
It's been great. And it was nice to see him move up in the lineup yesterday. Actually,
as he should.
I wondered if how long he's going to keep him down there, because at the same time, it's like, well, he's giving you good value out of the 8th spot in the lineup. Do you really want to move him up? But with the way that Stott and Castellanos are hitting right now, and Boehm's I don't know, Boehm's so hit or miss sometimes.
Yeah, but Boehm's still the slap hitter guy.
He's
fine.
Whatever.
Yeah, he's fine. Like, nice little single up the middle. Cool.
It's
sure.
awesome.
Way to go, Alec.
It's awesome. You had it.
Gold glove defender.
Pretty good. Yeah, he's good.
Very good out there.
He's good. So, yeah, I just think that they had to try something. He's been so good. He's been rewarded for it. And they're letting him face a lot of lefties. I think he got a hit against lefty this series, which was good. And he's
got 2 homers off lefties this year.
He just never, he feels so
he's the most underappreciated player we have
by the team.
Yeah. Exactly. It's like this guy's he should be in the lineup every day, no matter what.
You look at the raw stats; it's like 850-ish plus OPS.
The raw stats are insane.
They're very good.
Yeah,
they're very good, and we die for a young player to have kind of the numbers.
I know. We'd be pointing to him like, this guy's the next superstar,
and he's clutch. I mean, he's had some clutch moments. So it's been great with Marsh. He looks obviously great in left field. It's just I need everyone else to get going.
I know.
It's good.
Yeah, and that's the thing with like the Rojas thing where it's like, the comment about we talked about this, but like the 8, like where they're like, well, you shouldn't have to worry about the Phillies saying you shouldn't have to worry about Rojas if the other 8 guys hitting. Well, it's like, yeah, guess what? They're not. I'm sorry. So when they aren't hitting, Rojas not hitting makes it that much worse. So it's frustrating.
It's frustrating, but
I think they'll get there.
Signs of life from
Johannes. I'm not worried. We're 12 games in. It's cold. All right.
Yeah, there it is.
Hitting season hasn't come yet. It's gonna get warm.
How many more
The boys are gonna be. Yes.
How many more?
Yes.
How many more? It's fine.
Yes.
Pitchers are nasty these days.
Yes, their pitchers are really good.
Yeah.
I was about to say they're facing good ones, but not so much.
Lance Lynn, 1 hit in 6 innings was Sonny Gray's
turn
first
back
start
the
of the
clock.
year.
Lance Lynn looks like he's been around the block now.
Dude, Lance Lynn's been around forever. Lance Lynn is perfect.
Yeah.
6
teams.
If there's ever a pitcher I wanted to be like, it was Lance Lynn.
Yeah.
Tons of fastballs, baggy pants.
Yeah.
Cocky.
Yeah.
Innings eater. He's the David Wells of the 20.
I like that.
15
Not quite
to 20.
as good as David Wells was, but I like that.
Lance Lynn had a moment
Lance
there.
Lynn's very good. I know. David Wells threw a perfect game, Jack.
Yeah, well aware. I'm well aware of it. David Wells.
Has Lance Lynn ever thrown a perfect game?
No, but
I
Lance
like David
Lynn.
Wells was an all-star once.
Dude, Lance Lynn's a 3-time All-Star.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
Is he really?
Dude,
Okay. So
19, 20, 21.
Wow. All right. Good comment.
And he won 16 games for the 19 Rangers.
Wow. Because Wells had some really good years in there.
Yeah, David Wells is fine.
Wells was a 3-time All-Star as well.
Okay, dude, here we go.
An ALCS MVP.
Ooh, out of the Lance.
2-time World Series champ. How about that?
Yeah. Lance Lynn does not have that.
David Wells went 20-8 one year.
Wow.
18-4 another year.
It's good.
David Wells had some years.
Yeah, good player.
Yeah,
I didn't-
solid.
I
But
was
it is
watching
actually Lance. I'm looking at his ERA. It's in the anywhere from the mid 3s to the low 4s. He's Lance Lynn.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I am very sorry. I gave you any crap for this.
He's Lance Lynn.
It's a phenomenal comp.
He's perfect.
Really good job.
He's everything I want in a pitcher. Lance Lynn.
It's really good.
You can have your little Verlanders and Scherzers.
Did you know that Wells was that?
No.
No.
And the only reason David Wells,
I'm looking at Lance Lynn.
the only reason David Wells is even on my radar is that yesterday I watched a random video. I didn't know he's a Red Sox, by the way. I don't remember David Wells as a Red Sox.
I don't either. Hold on. So that's because he was there for 1 year.
Yeah.
Oh, like a year and a half, it looks like. Either way, I don't remember it either. 05, 06. I do not remember that.
And there's a video of him facing Sal Fasano. And it was like, wow, this is
baseball.
This is the baseball I miss. All these guys are sculpted today.
I love. So, dude, I'm so with you. I was saying, who was I talking about? Oh, it was about basketball, but I said it related to baseball too. Like DJ Burns, watching that guy play, I'm like, this guy's awesome. Like he is fun to watch.
Knows how to play the game.
Yes, and he's fun to watch play the game. And he's a lefty. Shout out to lefties.
Yeah.
It's super fun. Like I love Rowdy Tellez. Sure, love watching that guy run around the bases.
Tell you what, Rowdy Tellez is lucky he's not a Philly.
I know.
If
he did the David Bednar thing here, we would be crushing.
Especially when he's been here for 6
But
games.
You know what though, I
12
appreciate it.
games.
If I'm David Bednar, I'm like, Thank you, Rowdy. My
Sure,
man.
I agree.
Good looking out, pal.
I agree.
Like, what a good teammate.
I know how to react.
I know.
Yes.
Yeah, you ain't
Teammates, like, dude, but we killed Sean Rodriguez, and Sean Rodriguez is probably right.
I was sticking up for Gabe or whatever.
No,
yeah.
he's sticking up for Reese.
For Reese, that's what it was. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
We killed Sean Rodriguez.
We killed Sean
Crushed
Rodriguez.
him. Yes.
Back in the organization.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. All right. Nola. Starts in general. Let's start with Nola because, look, battled. It wasn't the best. 6 innings, 2 runs, 1 whip, 3 strikeouts. The velocity, how much of that do you relate to the weather? Each start, the average fastball, I believe it was like 91 down to 90 down to 89. He's not someone, we needs the velocity the same way others do, but 89.5 for an average fastball velocity from Nola from game is like it. I notice it. I'm like that's slow. How much do you think was the weather? How concerned are you about the velocity?
So I wouldn't be concerned about it at all if every single pitcher that I like is getting hurt. You know what I mean? Like it wouldn't like. Now I have to watch every game.
I know.
I watch every game being
why's
like,
the velocity
there
down?
it is.
What's going on?
Like Wheeler was dropping his elbow the other day. He was down to 92. He was throwing these splitters a lot. I'm like, there it is. We're gonna lose him. But I think it's hard. Listen, there is no podcast that will make more excuses than this podcast.
That's what we do.
Yeah, no one better. There's no one better. We are an excuse podcast.
We're elite at it.
But I'm just letting you know, it is hard to get footing on a sloppy mound.
I've always said
and when
that.
you land, like you're just so focused on landing and not slipping that you do lose velocity.
I love it.
So I am not.
I totally believe it.
That concerned about it.
Good.
I think he'll be fine. Actually, I don't. And Stocker,
I've been impressed. Look, I think after that first start, which was left to die out there as he should have been, I've been really impressed. Like it hasn't felt like he's had his best stuff yet. But last year it felt like he didn't have his best stuff, and he'd give up 7 runs or 6 runs or whatever. Like battling through the last 2 starts without his best stuff, I've been impressed.
This is my Aaron Nola. Solo shots.
Yeah. 6 innings, 2 runs. Yep.
Solo
There's
shots.
Aaron. That's our guy right there.
Because last year it was a lot of snowballs, where he just could not get out.
Men
of
on
these
base.
innings.
Bang. Go. Yep.
So I think that from that standpoint, it's been good.
Great point, Jack.
I mean, last year was all about snowballs, and this year, at least, he's getting his way so far through these innings. So that was good. The velocity, if it continues next start, I also, Stocker said he pretty much ditched his 4-seamer yesterday because he didn't have a feel for it. So maybe his sinker was just 89. And at this point with Aaron Nola, I would much rather have him be more of a command guy than
without
it. I don't need 94 from Knowles.
Nope.
That's 2018, the best pitcher I've ever seen in my life. Knowles. That's probably not coming back. So. If he's going to be that, have the sinker back, that's fine. What'd you think about, speaking of letting a guy just go out there? Did you like Thompson pitching Wheeler 7 innings, 102 pitches?
No.
I didn't hate it.
It's fine.
It reset the bullpen, which is very valuable.
Yeah, they needed it. They needed that extra inning there. And look, I didn't hate it. I mean, now maybe JT doesn't get hurt if he doesn't bring out that last inning. No big deal. And look, JT's fine.
Thank God.
What a warrior. Baseball players sometimes can get grief for not being as tough as other sports. Sometimes they are, whatever. JT Realmuto is about as tough as any athlete in this city. The guy just goes out every single day and plays the most grueling position in sports, probably, in terms of that ball coming at you, all this stuff. And he just always is back. He's always fine. It hit him in the neck, Jack. He took a baseball to the neck, and he's in the lineup the next day.
Yeah.
And he look any worse for wear.
He looked fine.
I was looking, I'm like, what happened? There's no mark. There's no nothing. He looked awesome.
And I am pounding, I'm knocking on all the wood that I can find. Yeah. They've gotten so lucky.
It's unbelievable
with these injuries. They just haven't been killed by them.
Yeah.
The Braves are dealing with a Strider thing right now.
Yeah.
We haven't had to deal with that. We missed Bryce for a month and a half, or Tommy John stuff. But outside of Bryce, it's not like they've Segura was hurt, I believe, in 22.
Yeah, for 2 months, but he came back, obviously.
They put Wheeler on that what felt like a Phantom IL stint.
Yeah, you're right. They've not really had, Taiwan.
Doesn't count.
Doesn't count.
Hashtag take your time, Taiwan. but JT could have got that directly in the throat.
Yes,
and
that's life dangerous. You get hit right in the...
Well, I thought he had a concussion.
I did too.
He started wobbling immediately.
He looked very shaken.
He is we talk about Utley. We talk about like
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. We don't talk about him enough as like an all-time Warrior.
because
Philly.
he's athletes. They get ripped by the older athletes. So how soft they are. It's a bunch of baloney.
I know. We'll talk about how about poor Caitlin Clark and the WNBA's reception. Did you see some of those quotes from like Diana Taurasi? They are like, just wait till she gets up here. It's like, ladies, do you know how much more money you're gonna make because this girl is coming up and bringing eyes to your sport? You should be freaking grateful that this girl is coming up and bringing people to your sport.
I appreciate
They're all
haters.
jealous.
I appreciate haters, man. It's good. That's
Here's
good.
the hate.
Yeah, you gotta have haters.
You gotta have haters.
You gotta have haters.
That's true.
It's
all right. So back to Wheels. Anything like we saw this a lot with Cole. The whole.
Dude, it's so freaking annoying.
So do you think? Here's what I wonder, because like it is what it is, whatever. But like, I've always wondered with Cole, and I think we saw with Nola at times. Like, do you think there's anything to psychologically the guys going out and being like, well, Wheels has got us today, and like maybe just not as locked in, or because I feel like we've seen this over the years. Whatever the aces at the time, it's just like for some reason they don't back him up. It's crazy.
Yeah. Well, yeah. And this used to make me so mad. This is one of my mom's baseball takes.
Oh, good.
She would be like, Cole Hamels' teammates must hate him. That's why they can't score for him. It's like, that's not what it is. Like
that's a great
take a deep breath.
What a turn. That is we know where you came from.
Yeah. Like, what are you talking about? They hate him. Yeah, they're not scoring for him. No, it's just you. Like, I know Carlton in 72, the players would show up, and they're like, it's win day. Steve's here. That's because the team won 57 games.
I know. Yeah, exactly.
Like, of course they're going to show up and play.
It was all they had. It's like the one day a week. They're like, oh, we might win a baseball game today.
It's the same. It's is the right term here, the adverse effect of the Taiwan thing.
That's good.
Because Taiwan, it's like, all right, Taiwan's on the mound tonight. Here's 4 in the first. We got to really,
you got to pick it up. You got to go. We got to win this game.
So, yeah, I think there's 100% something to it. Like, Wheeler has a 1.89 ERA. He's 0-3. He's 0-3, and they scored
0-3.
He's 0-3. Runs.
Yes, they've scored 4 runs. 0-3.
Yeah, it's bad. So, he's fine. Stuff looks good. It's so fascinating. And this is like strictly pitching nerd stuff. It is so fascinating watching him learn how to go from 99 to 94 and not have a drop off in like numbers.
Honestly, it's unbelievable. And it says something about how much just natural life his fastball has on it. But it's a great point.
Imagine if, all right, this is not to be negative, but imagine if he had the splitter 2 years ago. Or like found the sweeper 2 years
Cy
ago.
Young, the all-time great.
I feel like I've watched Wheeler the last couple of years, and yeah, in the postseason he turns into like a star. But I feel like he never's been able to locate his secondary stuff. It's all fastball, and it's hard to square up. It's a great fastball. Imagine if he had this stuff 2 years ago.
I know.
Talking about a Hall of Famer.
Well, it's just a shame because like if it weren't for the early career injuries and stuff, we probably would be talking about Hall of Famer anyway. Like what he's done since he's come to Philly has been Hall of Fame worthy.
Well, yeah.
I know.
We need like 7 more years.
That's my problem. That's the point. He's not going to get there. No. He's not going to But if he had not had all those injuries early in his career with the Mets, like
he also might not be a Philly.
He absolutely wouldn't be a Philly. No, without a doubt. But he's the kind of guy he's a Hall of Fame talent. Is the point? Yeah. All right. What else from St. Louis? Anything else? Take bag coming up here. Let's do take bag.
Yeah,
let's take bag.
Let's get to the take
Let's
bag.
take bag it.
The Victor Scott play is still so funny.
Oh my God, I felt so bad for. I mean, I was happy about it, but it was just like.
Well, and by the way, if he gets on there, they probably lose because they scored 1 run that inning.
Might lose, yeah. And look, if he catches that JT fly in the first inning, who knows what happens? I mean, it felt like the Phillies really needed that.
Victor Scott saved the season.
Yeah, and that path he took to that ball to somehow end up under it like that was. I mean, it wasn't an easy catch, that first one. The second one was an easier catch. That first catch was a tough catch to make, but like it was just like it was so awkward looking. Mm-hmm. So he's fast, but that was
dude. I think he's the fastest player.
He's so fast.
Dude, he got first to second.
The guy flies
like 4 seconds.
He just doesn't know what he's doing out there. It seems like
It's Billy Hamilton all over again.
Yeah, what a great comp. That's a great comp.
Like it's the same player.
Great comp.
And he's such a Cardinal too.
Yeah.
Like wait till he learns he's bunting, doing like the Cardinals will make the playoff. Again, they're kind of a cooked franchise. If the Cardinals feel almost Patriots like, where they were so ahead for a while and now they're so behind. They actually kind of feel like the
Patriots
the
a good comp. Yeah, wow.
like,
you know what? You know what?
The post-run Phillies.
I'm happy you brought this up though, because I just want to say something. And I know it was rainy and stuff, but A lot of empty seats in baseball heaven.
Where's
I'm
the
just,
best
I thought they were, we're Cardinals fans no matter what. Front runner, oh, never that. We're the baseball heaven. Lot of empty seats in heaven is what I saw. I'm just saying.
Yeah, no,
I'm just
fair.
saying.
It's fair. And a very old rotation. Very old.
Yeah, we got Lance Lynn out there.
And Sonny Gray.
And Sonny Gray.
And Miles Michaelis.
Sonny Gray was dealing though.
He was. No, Sonny Gray's good. And
I would have taken Sonny Gray.
Yeah, but like I told you, qualifying offer. You're not giving up a second and fifth round pick for Sonny Gray. But yeah, just the Cardinals, like they're like Arenado looks cooked.
Yeah.
Goldie
looks cooked. Yeah. They really don't have anything.
They just
and the guys who are supposed, like Jordan Walker is not.
I know, which is a shame. I love Jordan Walker.
Yeah, like those guys.
Mason Wynn is a sick defensive shortstop.
Yeah, he's very good. Very.
He is sick. And yeah, but they feel so like they need to almost tear it to the skids.
I agree.
And then like figure out how to be a great organization again.
Yeah, well, they miss like Walker might not be a miss, but like Liberator, like these guys that were supposed to be like they're dudes, like their next generation, kind of weren't as good as they expected.
Yeah, totally. Just in like listening to obviously WIP and talking to fans, like it's been so interesting to watch the standard being risen like day by day, because like think about how we talked about the team, right? Everything is like 4-2. Who cares? They stink. You know.
I know. It's like they went on a road trip.
But it's so hard, and it's 100% changed for me too. Which because when this podcast started, it was like, gee willikers, we love baseball. Like that was basically
that's exactly what
the first 6 years, and then
gee willikers, we love baseball.
And then they would like collapse, and we'd be furious.
Yeah.
And we'd have rants and this, that, and whatever. But even now, for me, like I'm so in the mindset of watching every game, wondering is this good enough?
Yeah.
And it's such a difference from where we've been. Like even last year, like yeah, I was mad. Yeah, during the regular season, I felt that way too. But like this year specifically, coming off the collapse in 6 and 7, like it is so different watching the Phillies now, and it's where the Sixers have been for the last couple of years. The Eagles feel like they're always in this, but the standard of the Phillies has been risen
without a doubt
right in front of our eyes.
Yeah.
And it's just it's this feels like 11. Like 11, and they're not going to win 103 games. I know they won 102.
I see.
But like they're not going to beat the wins record. Maybe. Turnbull's here. Turnbull's better than Bland. If Turnbull's on the 11 staff, they're World Series champs. It's like those regular seasons were fun, but like all that mattered was the postseason. Like the journey was almost just like there. And it was, you watched it, but man, I'm almost mad at myself for how much
you said you weren't going to do it.
I said I wasn't going to do it, but it's so hard not.
Well, to your point about WIP, you're dead right. I mean, it's just the way it's talked about even is like we're talking about Nick Castellanos' struggles right now, not about right now, but about what's he going to do for us in the playoffs. Like, it's like these problems, we're looking at
12 games into
exactly,
a season.
we're looking at these problems being like, well, that could kill us in the playoffs because it did. but at the same time, it's like, you're so right, dude. We're jumping way out in front. I mean, that's what Joe talked to Cameron on the morning show. He talks about. He's like, I'm not looking at it now. He's like, all I care about is what's going to be the issues. Is Yohan Ross going to be good enough in the playoffs? Like, I don't know. We got to find out. We've got months to find out if he's going to be good enough in the playoffs. Right now, yeah, probably not. The season isn't over. So yeah, I'm with you. It is, and it's tough. It would be
so hard
it's
not
tough.
to.
It's tough. It's tough.
It's so hard not to.
It's tough.
Like, it's tough to do the happy-go-lucky stuff when like.
Tough.
That's
why
where we're
if
at.
they could just go on a 10-game win streak and just be good all year. Be like, all right, let's go. Let's get ready for the playoffs.
June's coming.
Yeah.
June's coming.
There you go.
There is no worse situation. There's no situation with this team that I dread more than bases loaded.
Oh, I know.
Because I know it's got
ever since the Harper Grand Slam.
And it's like it's bases loaded, 1 out.
Yeah.
And yesterday, 6 pitches, bang, Schwarber and Turner. The night before, and then Whit Merrifield has been a disappointment early.
Do you know that Whit Merrifield lower OPS than Yohan Rojas?
Well, I mean, Yohan Rojas' OPS is 1 point behind Nick Castellanos.
Yeah. So, I mean, but the point being that Whit Merrifield has been bad,
and he's here for that spot.
Yeah,
he's here for that spot.
He's here to swing the freaking bat.
Yeah,
yeah.
So I need Whit to pick it up a little bit.
Be better.
So, but yeah, it's just and then I think against that Friday night against the Nationals, I swear it's back-to-back innings, 1 out, and then ground ball double play.
Oh yeah.
It's like it's their kryptonite. It's truly their kryptonite. Bases loaded, scoring, runners in scoring position.
It's a bad
It's
kryptonite.
awful. There's nothing worse than watching a team that can't capitalize on runners in scoring position.
I know.
It is maddening. There's more stuff that is maddening about a baseball team than any other sport.
By miles.
Like,
I don't even think it's comparable.
Because it's such a sport of failure. That's why people are so mad all the time.
It's such a good point.
People get mad at runners in scoring position, bullpen,
base running,
everything. Everything. By the way, like the fundamentals are just mind-numbing. Like Brandon Marsh the other night throwing to home.
Oh, I know.
When you just hit the cutoff. And this is what I'm talking about. When we talk about the standard being risen, like this is like it's just so hard not to complain about some of this stuff. But the good part is this has been the last 4 years, and then
they'll be fine
by
when
June,
July,
whatever.
But it is frustrating because like not to and look, the Strider injury helps, but not to compared to the Braves, but like the Braves aren't doing that. You know what the Braves team OPS is? It's 880, Jack. You know what they're doing again? They're just coming out and raking, and they're coming out and they're not making mistakes, and they're winning baseball games, and they're playing good baseball. Yeah. And
not sacrifice bunting.
Like, could we just not make mistakes consistently? Like, honestly, that's all I'm asking for. Like, throw the ball to the right guy. Don't get doubled up on a fly ball to center field. Like, it's simple stuff. Like Victor Scott, don't make the left turn instead of the right turn. Like,
but appreciate it.
Yeah.
But appreciate it. But yeah,
I'll do it for us. But I'm saying that it's kind of like the simple stuff the Phillies are not doing. Like, if you're not going to hit, you have to execute on the stuff that you can control. Like the stuff where you just don't make mistakes.
Yeah, the little stuff has been infuriating. Kerkering seems like he's on his way back.
This weekend.
Yep, 7 strikeouts and 3 1/3 so far.
He's been very good.
Which is good. And
needed, especially like we were talking about, like with the especially if they want to use Hoffman closing here and there, which I don't know if but he's gotten 2 chances in a week. So like it's something that like you need another right-hander you could trust. Like unfortunately, because Sir Anthony I don't right now. So
Marte?
Yeah, I mean, no, I do. I love Junior, but again, he needs more opportunities in big spots. But yeah, they need Kerkering. It's a important addition.
And when you add him in, and you can go Hoffman, Kerkering, Sir Anthony,
they're
Marte,
all good. They're all good.
And then you go left-handed options of
Strom,
Alvarado, Strom, Soto.
I mean, it's all good.
Yes, yeah, it's fun times. It's good. It's fun having a good bullpen for sure.
Like every single one of those guys is better than every single guy on the 2020 team.
Yeah.
Like there's not one guy who wouldn't be the best reliever on that team.
Yep. I had Turnbull written down. I'm so excited. He's so exciting.
I like that we did a whole
I know
15 minutes on Turnbull, but yeah, I love that you had to bring him back out like
that
that.
Because it's 5 pitches.
I really appreciate it.
He has 5 pitches that
we led the pod with Turnbull somehow. It wasn't even the plan, but somehow we ended up leading the pod with Turnbull for a long extended discussion.
He's so good, dude. He's so good. He's so good.
I enjoy watching him pitch. I'll tell you that. Like he is fun to watch. Like he's like the ball moves, man. He's got some real life.
His sweeper is sick.
It's sick. It's a sick pitch.
Him and Kerkering are going to be the sweeper twins. So I want to address
it could go in any direction.
The most befuddling reaction to a tweet I've ever gotten in my life about listen, if Johan Rojas can't hit.
Oh, okay, good. I wanted to address this. Because it seems like I know that you're befuddled by a reaction to a tweet when you'll just text me randomly something and they'll be like, wait, what's this related to? And I'll have to figure out, oh, you tweeted about this and then people are reacting a certain way. So yes, you tweeted about Trey Turner.
I was first off, I didn't say do it. I said I wonder if they'd think about he's played 400 innings in center field.
Thank you, yes.
If you don't want to play him in center field, play him in left. I'm just saying that if he continues to struggle defensively, he had a good week in St. Louis, which was good to see. So he made some good plays yesterday, but he's made 3 errors so far. He could have had 4 if he tug out the runner, but he didn't.
And he almost got eaten up by that ball late, was it 8th inning yesterday? Like a shot up to end the inning. He got it. He made a nice play on it, but like you could tell when he kind of caught it and was kind of turned to make the throw, it looked like he kind of almost got eaten up by it. Maybe that's me reading into it because I expect him.
You watch yeah. So it's just like if he struggles defensively at shortstop and Johan Rojas can't hit, it's something that I think they have to consider is putting him in the outfield.
I just don't think. I think the point that I think what you texted me was, do people not know that Trey Turner played center field?
Like he actually in high school didn't play.
Started there, yeah.
Didn't play shortstop until late in the career.
Yeah.
Like he's probably more of a natural outfielder than he is a shortstop, and some of his actions would suggest that.
Mm-hmm.
But like deep breaths, you know. Like, oh my! It's like, well, first off, you're not moving. They want a pennant with Stott at shortstop.
Yep.
Whit Merrifield is a second baseman. Edmundo Sosa is a second baseman. And I could not believe it. Sometimes I expect it. Like I know. I know how to word things to where I know how to react. I was blown away. So wanted to get that out. I was like, "Are you?"
I meant to give you the opportunity. I should have known you would get there.
What's next? Schwarber at catcher.
There were some shots taken. I'll say some. There was some.
Like, what are you?
Some Phillies voices out there who were not happy with your tweet.
It was like, oh my god, whatever. There's this thing going around on. I don't do TikTok because I don't either. I can handle another social media.
Yeah, I'm good.
But I saw it on Reels on Instagram. How of just these two people go back and forth, just going as long as they can.
Thank you for explaining that to me, because you knew that I didn't know what Reels are.
Reels are just videos. They're basically TikToks, but for Instagram.
Okay, got it.
That are, I think, originated on TikTok. But whatever.
Got it.
So two people just go back and forth and go as long as they can, just naming random Phillies.
Oh, I love that.
Do you think we could go? How long do you think we could
It's a great question. I mean,
it's too far into the podcast.
Oh, we can't do it now. Should we just do a pod of it? Or we just go back? I feel like it could go forever.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how long. A long time. I mean,
I wonder how long we could go.
Do you think we would get, like, what? Do they count them? Do they get, like, so it's like we went 100 names, or so you have like some sort of, or is it just
It's
a time?
usually as long as you can go.
Right. So they don't track it. And be like, oh, we each said 145 names.
Well, I think it was like you keep going up money wise. So if you get to 50, you get $10.
I mean, I think we could go a really, 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 really long time doing that. Like hundreds of names would be thrown out. Yeah.
Well, maybe next off.
I love it. I think it's a hilarious
just sit there
idea
for a whole podcast.
Yeah, and just bang, Ricky Jordan, Steve Jeltz, and just like go back. Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, Robert Person.
That would be the worst pod.
You know what it could be though?
Done.
It could be like remember the Fly episode from Breaking Bad?
Oh yeah, sure.
Awful episode.
So I didn't hate it as much as everyone else did, but I get it.
But
I get why people hate it.
It's the TV snobs. They're like, oh, actually, it's a deeper meaning of blah, blah, blah.
Which I don't care about. I miss every meaning. Like people are like, oh, you didn't get that was an allegory for Jesus or whatever. I'm like, nope. Like they could be on the cross in the movie, like on the cross. I'd be like, oh, I didn't pick that up. My bad. Like I'm there to be entertained. Okay, I want an entertaining movie, entertaining plot. That's what I'm there for. Mm-hmm. So I'm very with you. I miss these things quite often.
So, but like, it could also be so genius. Like that's what this podcast could be. I'm just going.
I like
it could
that.
be so
yes.
genius.
It's good.
It's so dumb. It's smart.
There'll be some people who are like, wow, that's genius.
I wonder how long they would. Yeah, whatever. I wonder how long people would last.
I'm intrigued. Let's put this on the off-season note. Yeah,
when they're not making any moves.
Yeah. They don't do that anymore. So, they're locked in for the next few years.
There's gonna be a lot of this is boring talk this offseason. Yeah. 12 games in.
Yeah, we're good. We're talking offseason.
Hold on.
I love this idea though. By the way, I'm trying to think of like what things I could go forever on. Like movies or whatever. Like I could just forever.
Do you want to? So we both had pretty good weeks picking the player that's going to kill us.
Yeah, I know. Nolan. I got a couple. Nolan Gorman.
Brendan Donovan had a home run.
Oh, we're doing it again. Are we? So we're because it's working. We want to keep doing it. This is the kind of thing people actually get mad at us for.
I'm just letting everyone know.
Yeah.
Michael A. Taylor is a Pittsburgh Pirate.
Is he really?
And he is a
Phillies. He's still in baseball, Michael A. Taylor.
He is a Phillies killer. So
still in baseball, Michael. All right, I'll just go with the family connection. Assuming he's not hurt. Is Brian Hayes?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'll go Brian Hayes will kill us. His dad played here.
Yeah. He probably can't hit, but... I mean, the real answer...
I don't think he can hit. No, the real answer is O'Neal Cruz.
The real answer is O'Neal Cruz.
Yeah, O'Neal Cruz is going to come in and annoy the hell out.
Yeah.
It is fun. I will say, him and Ellie, there is something thrilling about watching a 6'7" person play shortstop. Like, for me, as my whole life, we are obsessed with baseball. Like, it feels so unique to me to see that guy out there playing shortstop. It's so cool.
Yeah, and LA's heating up.
Yeah, LA's good.
He was
So is
bad
O'Neal
in the Red
Cruz.
Series here, but
Yeah,
he's,
which is fine.
He's
good.
a very,
He
very
knows
good
what to
player.
do. All right, bad against us, good against us.
That's all. I take that.
All we want. All right, is that it? You got anything else on the bag?
That's it.
Good. Wow, we went long today.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tucker just goes.
Tucker's
Yep.
furious at
Yeah,
the idea.
Elliot. Poor Elliot waiting outside
Good.
15 minutes. Good. All right. We'll be back Sunday or Monday, depending on how it plays out, whatever, to react to the series. Probably Sunday.
Just destroy Belly Falter. How about that?
Can we sweep a series? I know it's a 4-game
not
series.
sweeping the series.
Can we sweep a series?
No.
All right, 3 or
Not
4.
till June.
3 or 4.
I'll take a split.
Oh, great. All right. I'm gonna say I won 3 or 4. No, Pirates
You're
been-
9-3.
I was about to say Pirates have been really good. 3 or 4, boys. All right, we're at home. 3 or 4.
Live with a split.
There